हेलो डियर लर्नर्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल एम्ब्रेस बायोटा। आज के लेक्चर में हम जिम्नोस्पर्म्स के इम्पॉर्टेंट एंड यूनिक कैरेक्टर्स को डिस्कस करेंगे। प्रीवियस वीडियो में हमने टेरिडियोफाइट के बारे में पढ़ा था। अगर आपने वो वीडियो नहीं देखी है तो आप प्ले लिस्ट में जाके उसे देख सकते हैं। नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट अवर लेक्चर विच इज इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स ऑफ जिम्नोस्पर्म्स। जिम्नोस्पर्म्स को डिकोड करें तो जिम्नोस्पर्म टू वर्ड से मिलके बना है। फर्स्ट इज जिम्नोस एंड सेकंड इज स्पर्म। जिम्नोस मीन्स स्नेक एंड स्पर्म मीन्स सीड. So these are the seeded plants, but here the seed is naked. That is ovary and fruit is absent here. Gymnosperms are the first seeded plant. The study of gymnosperm is gymnospermology, and the term gymnosperm is given by Theopastus. He wrote about gymnosperms in his book Inquiry into Plants. According to him, the gymnosperms are the plant with naked seeds. Gower called these as phanerogams without ovary, that is spermatophyta. Phanerogamous is a term which is used to refer the seeded plants. So the gymnosperms are the phanerogam without ovary. These are also carmophyte like pteridophyte, that is true root stem and leaves are present. Gymnosperms are the last archegoniates, but the exception lies in the Nitales order where the archegonia is absent. Like pteridophyta, these are also tracheophyta and embryophyta. Gymnosperms originated in the Devonian period of Paleozoic era. These trees were dominant in the Jurassic and Cretaceous period of Mesozoic era. अगर हम जिम्नोस्पर्म्स के ऑर्डर्स की बात करें तो इन्हें हमने 3 क्लासेस में डिवाइड करा है. First one is the extinct orders of the gymnosperms. The extinct orders are Cycadiphylicales, Vanitiales and Chorditales, and in some orders both living as well as fossil forms exist. These are Cycadales, Zincogales and Coniferales. Most number of species are present in Coniferales order, and the Nitales is the order of the gymnosperm where only the living members are present. It includes Netum, Ephedra and Welwitschia. Talking about the habitat of gymnosperms, the most species are perennials. Ephedra is a shrub, Zamia is herb, and Netum grows as lianas. These are mostly xerophytic and present in the tropical, temperate and arctic zone. Xerophytic characters here are the presence of thick cuticle, sunken stomata, and the leaf is differentiated into palisade and spongy parenchyma. There is the waxy coating over the surface and the xylem is well-dwelled for the water conduction. The smallest gymnosperm we have is Zamia pygmea. Sequoia semiperviensis or Sequoia giganteum is the largest gymnosperm, and the taxodium has the maximum diameter. Sequoia semiperviensis is also known as coast or California redwood tree. If we see the external morphology, first we have is the root. In gymnosperm, the taproot system is dominant. That is, there is the main primary root and many lateral root arises. In gymnosperm, the root is modified in many ways. First one is the coralloid root of cycas. This root is the apogeotropic, that is grow against the gravity, dichotomously branched, has nostoc and anavina colony, and root hair and root cap is absent. Second modification is mycorrhiza. Fungus form the association with the roots of gymnosperm. Ectomycorrhiza is seen in Pinus and endomycorrhiza in Alocasia. Then we have pneumatophores known as the respiratory roots present in the Taxodium species. The adventitious root is seen in the Thuja. अगर हम बात करें जिम्नोस्पर्म के स्टेम की, स्टेम में भी ब्रांच्ड और अनब्रांच्ड. Unbranched seen in the case of cycas. Due to the injuries, the branching may appear in the cycas plant. Branched stem is seen in the Pinus, Ginkgo, Ephedra and Netum. The stem in the Pinus, Ginkgo shows 2 types of branches, and the shoot system together here is known as spur. अगर आपको इसके बारे में ज़्यादा डिटेल में पढ़ना हो तो मैंने पाइनस की मॉर्फोलॉजी का लेक्चर भी अपलोड करा है. So the two type of branches are, first one is the long shoot and the second is the dwarf shoot. Long shoot wear the scaly leaves which are brown in color, that is non-photosynthetic, and the dwarf shoot arise from the axils of the scaly leaves. The dwarf shoot is green in color, photosynthetic, and bears the foliage leaf known as the needle leaf in pinus. So on the basis of the presence and absence of the long and dwarf shoot, leaves may be monomorphic and dimorphic. Monomorphic means only one type of leaves are present, and in dimorphic two type of leaves are present. First is scaly leaves and second is foliar leaves. Dimorphic leaves are seen in pinus and ginkgo. The leaves are also divided on the basis of their size. First one is the microphyllous leaf, where the size of leaf is small. It is seen in case of pinus. Megaphyllous leaf, that is large size leaf, is seen in case of cycas. The leaves can be simple leaf or compound leaf. In simple leaf, the leaf lamina is entire, that is there is no incision, and if the incision occur, it does not touch the midrib. Example is pinus. And the compound leaf are of two types. First one is the pinnately compound leaf. Here the incisions touch the midrib and form so many leaflets. The midrib in case of gymnosperms is known as rachis. Second is palmately leaf, where so many leaf attach to the petiole from a common point. The bipinnately compound leaf is seen in cycas. Next is the phyllotaxy in gymnosperms. Most of the gymnosperm shows the spiral or alternate phyllotaxy. Opposite decussate is seen in Netum and whorl phyllotaxy is seen in Cydrus. अब बात करते हैं जिम्नोस्पर्म्स में विनेशन की। ज्यादातर जिम्नोस्पर्म्स में विनेशन का सिस्टम अब्सेंट रहता है एंड देयर इज ए स्पेशल टिश्यू फॉर द ट्रांसपोर्ट. This tissue is known as transfusion tissue. It is the characteristic feature of the gymnosperm. Transfusion tissue is well developed in the case of cycas. Netum shows the reticulate venation. Parallel venation is seen in Welwitschia and dichotomous venation is seen in ginkgo. Talking about the internal anatomy of the gymnosperm, we have the vascular bundles of the gymnosperm. The vascular bundle in of gymnosperm are open type, that is there is the presence of cambium and shows the secondary growth. In xylem, the tracheids, parenchyma and fibers are well developed. But the xylem vessels are absent. These are seen in the Nettles order, the only order of gymnosperm where vessels are present. In the phloem, the sieve cells are absent and the companion cells are also absent. Instead of it, the albuminous cells are present. Phloem fiber and phloem parenchyma is present. Vascular bundle are of open type, so the cambium is present and secondary growth is seen. Next is the type of vascular bundle in different parts. First is in root. In root, the radial vascular bundles are seen. These shows the exarch or centripetal condition. This vascular bundle may be from diarch to polyarch. And in stem, these are conjoint, collateral and open type. And dark or centrifugal condition is seen. Vascular bundle shows the ring-like arrangement. Due to the secondary growth, the bud formation is seen in gymnosperms. On the basis of the amount of xylem parenchyma, the bud may be monoxylic or pycnoxylic. Monoxylic wood is the soft wood, and due to the large amount of xylem parenchyma, it is loose wood. The amount of xylem parenchyma is more, so this wood is not commercially very much important. Monoxylic wood is seen in cycas. Pycnoxylic wood is the hard or compact wood due to the less amount of xylem parenchyma. This wood is seen in pinus. Wood is also divided on the basis of number of cambium. Wood is monoxylic if the only one cambium is present throughout the life. It is seen in the pinus. And in polyxylic wood, there are many cambium present throughout the life. Example is cycas. So the pinus wood is monoxylic as well as pycnoxylic, but the cycas wood is polyxylic and monoxylic. Special types of duct are also seen in gymnosperms. First one is the mucilaginous duct. It is seen in the cycas and ginkgo. Second one is the resin canal, present in all conifers except Taxus. Pinus. Latex duct is seen in Natum. Leaves are also divided on the basis of the stomata. First one is the hypostomatic leaf, where the stomata is present only on the lower surface. Hypostomatic condition is seen in Cycas. Second is amphistomatic, that is stomata on both the surfaces of the leaf. It is present in Pinus. Mesophyll of the leaf can be differentiated or undifferentiated. It is differentiated into the palisade and spongy parenchyma. The differentiated bud is seen in Cycas and the mesophyll is undifferentiated in Pinus. Most important thing is that some mesophyll of the Pinus fold inward to increase the surface area. This is known as the arm palisade. The vascular bundle is of different shape in petiole or rachis. It is inverted omega in Cycas and arc-shaped in Natum. Then we have reproduction in Gymnosperms. Gymnosperm, the vegetative reproduction is rare and seen in the Cycas by means of bulbils. Gymnosperms mainly spores के through reproduce करते हैं. These are heterosporous in nature, that is produce two types of spore. First is microspores and second is megaspores. Microspores are produced in the microsporangium. This microsporangium is borne on the microsporophyll on the adaxial side. Microsporophyll compact and form the male cone. Megaspore is produced in the megasporangium, also called as ovule. This ovule is borne on the megasporophyll and it compactly arranged to form the female cone. Most important thing is that this female cone is absent in the Cycas. In Cycas, the megasporophyll is loosely arranged and the female cone is not formed. Gymnosperms may be monoecious or dioecious. Monoecious male and female cone are borne on the same plant. Pinus and Ephedra species are monoecious, whereas in dioecious the male and female cone are borne on the different plants. Examples are Cycas and Ginkgo. The cones may be monosporangiate or bisporangiate. Monosporangiate, only one type of sporangia in one cone. It is most common in gymnosperms. But in bisporangiate, both the male and female are on the one cone. Example is Ephedra species. In Cycas, only male cone is present and female cone is absent. The first cone borne on the main axis and subsequent cone on the lateral branches. This type of arrangement is called as the sympodial branching. It results in the formation of limited cones, whereas in Pinus, both the male and female cone are seen and present in the groups. These are produced in unlimited number and may be from 40 to 150. Here the diagram of male cone is shown. The male cone is formed on the adaxial side of microsporophyll. If we cut the section of one microsporophyll, we can say different parts here. In Cycas, the apophysis and stalk region is seen. Apophysis is the sterile part and the stalk is the fertile part, where the sporangia. In case of Cycas, the sporangia are in group and known as sori. More than 1000 microsporangia are present in one microsporophyll, whereas in Pinus, beneath the apophysis, only 2 microsporangia is seen. These microsporangia are directly attached with the apophysis. बात करें फीमेल कोन की, तो फीमेल कोन जो है वो साइकस में अब्सेंट रहता है. साइकस द मेगास्पोरोफिल इज लूजली अरेंज्ड, सो देयर इज नो फॉर्मेशन ऑफ फीमेल कोन. The megasporangium wears the ovule. Number of ovule is different in different Cycas species. It is most in case of Cycas circinalis, that is 12 in number. In the megasporophyll of the Pinus, the two type of scales are present. First is ovuliferous scale and second is the bracket scales. In each ovuliferous scale, the two ovules are present. In the Pinus, the ovule is of inverted or anatropous type. But in other gymnosperms, the ovule is orthotropous or erect type. So the orthotropous ovule is most common and is of erect type, whereas the anatropous ovule is seen only in Pinus. On the basis of the layer of ovules, the ovule may be unitegmic and biategmic. Unitegmic ovule, that is only one layer of integument is present, is most common. Biategmic is seen in Natal's order. Now let's see the quick recap of the gametophytic generation in gymnosperms. The gamete is the first cell of the gametophytic generation, that is microspore or megaspore. The microspore give rise to the male gametophyte, which is also haploid, and the megaspore give rise to the female gametophyte. The female gametophyte is equivalent to the endosperm. In gymnosperm, the endosperm is formed prior to the fertilization and its ploidy is haploid. This point is to be noted. The male gametophyte result in the formation of antherozoid or the male gamete. It is the last cell of the gametophytic generation, and the female gametophyte give rise to the archegonia. It consists of the neck and the venter. But in the neck of the archegonia, the neck canal cells are absent. Due to this, the gymnosperms have the smallest archegonia. Pollen may be oval or winged. Is oval in cycas or most of the gymnosperms, but the winged pollen is seen in case of pinus. The microspore divide and form the two cells, that is antheridial cell and prothelial cell. In case of cycas, the antheridial cell divide and give rise to the generative cell and tube cell. The generative cell forms the male gamete. And one of the most important point is that in cycas the pollination is carried at the 3-cell stage, whereas in pinus it occurs at the 4-cell stage. The shedding stage of pollination is decided by the number of prothelial cells. Prothelial cell is 1 in case of the cycas and netum, so the pollination occurs at the 3-cell stage. If the prothelial cells are 2 in number, which is seen in the pinus and the ginkgo, the pollination occurs at the 4-cell stage. It is 3 in the ephedra, so pollination occurs at the 5-cell stage. In Podocarpus and Araucaria, there are many prothelial cells present, so the pollination occurs at the many-cell stage. The prothelial cells are absent in Welwitschia and Texas. Here, the pollination occurs at the 2-cell stage. The male gametes are mostly non-motile, but it is motile in cycas and ginkgo. The male of the cycas is top-shaped and is multiciliate. Cycas के बारे में बात करें तो cycas has the largest male gamete in the whole plant kingdom. It also has the largest female gamete in whole the plant kingdom. The ovule of the cycas is largest in plant kingdom, and the male cone of the cycas is also largest in the plant kingdom. Archegonia are 2 in pinus, many in cycas, and absent in netales. Netales is the only gymnosperms where the archegonia is absent. Neck cells is 2 in cycas, 4 in pinus and 32 in ephedra. But the neck canal cells are absent. Venter consists of 1 venter canal cells and 1 female gamete. Gymnosperms pollinated by the wind, that is anemophily. The direct pollination occurs, the pollen grain directly deposited in the pollen chamber of the ovule. But the fertilization may be siphonogamous or zoidogamous. Siphon means the tube, so the fertilization occurs with the help of pollen tubes. Siphonogamous is seen in the most of the gymnosperms, and in cycas and ginkgo both siphonogamous or zoidogamous is seen. The pollen tube acts as the hostoria in case of the cycas. It acts as the sperm carrier in case of pinus. The zygote is the first cell of the sporophytic generation. The development of the zygote is meroblastic and the embryogeny is endoscopic type, in which the apex of embryo is toward the micropylar end. After fertilization, the ovule is converted to the seeds. It is diploid, but the female gametophyte or the endosperm is haploid in gymnosperms. The seed wears 2 cotyledon in cycas and many cotyledons is seen in pinus. Seed of the pinus is winged and the wing is coating of the ovuliferous scales of the pinus. In gymnosperm, the seed germination is hypogeal in cycas, epigeal in pinus and bibiparous in ephedra. The polyembryony is seen in the gymnosperm, which is specifically the cleavage polyembryony. The presence of leaf scar on the stem is the characteristic feature of the gymnosperm. Gymnosperm में हमने mostly pinus और cycas के characters को ही compare करा है. अगर आपको जिम्नोस्पर्म के बारे में और जानना है तो आप पाइनस की वीडियोस देख सकते हैं। साथ ही साथ मैंने इकोनॉमिक इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ जिम्नोस्पर्म्स भी अपलोड करा है। दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एंड द यूनिक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द जिम्नोस्पर्म्स। इफ यू फाइंड दिस वीडियो हेल्पफुल, सब्सक्राइब द चैनल। My name is Aina Sharma and thanks for watching.